Okay, good evening, everyone. It's been a sort of a busy evening with the committees and et cetera. So we're just a wee bit late, and I apologize for that. Rebecca, do we have a quorum, or Michelle, one of you? Can you read will you just read the members of the committee that are present, please?
Sure. Mr. Clay?
Present.
Beston?
Here.
Camiso?
Here.
Jamalowitz?
Here.
Efacoro?
Here.
Ethier?
Here.
Nice to see you in person, Gil. Collins?
Here.
Lockhart?
Here.
And Ward?
Here.
9 present, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for your attendance at Public Safety Committee meeting on April 28th. Having a quorum, may we have a motion to approve the previous minutes, please?
I'll make a motion.
Motion's made. May I have a second?
Second.
Motion's made and second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Going into, let's see. I can bring it up here. Counselor, it disappeared on me. My menu disappeared on.
I can read them if you'd like.
Would you please?
Sure. First off, items 2 through 5 are tabled at the request of sponsor. Item 6 is authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the Explosive Detection K-9 Team Program.
Okay, are there any questions in regards to any of those?
I'll make a motion to move it.
Motion's made.
I'll second it.
The motion's made in second. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Thank you, Counselor. Go ahead.
Item 7 is authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the Technical Rescue and Urban Search and Rescue Grant Program.
Sheriff?
All right. Thank you, everybody. This is for $75,000 for our search and rescue. It's actually a 2019 rescue grant. There's no match, and the award may again be up to 75 grand. It will expire on August 31st of 2023. It will replace ropes, harnesses, carabiners, you name it.
Any questions?
Move it.
Second. Motion's made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Motion's passed. Thank you. Counselor?
Item 8 is authorizing an agreement with the New York State Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the fiscal year 2020 Hazmat grant.
Sheriff?
Again, Mr. Chairman, this is for the 4-county capital region hazmat group, $171,750, which is up about $21,000. We're normally about $150,000. There's no match on this. This will go towards helping us meet our accreditation with the state. We were the first ones in the state to get our paperwork in order. So hopefully we will be the first ones accredited with a forensic hazmat team in New York State.
Thank you, Sheriff, and congratulations. Are there any questions?
I make a motion. Motion to move it. I just had one question. Can I just ask a quick question? Sheriff, is that $171 for the whole 4-county team, or is that our share?
It's $171,000 for all 4 counties.
Okay.
So you know what? If a county has something like a high ticket item, they all negotiate it and it works out. So then the next year they may be removed from the process, and the next county may get a high ticket item. Like we've done sensors and things like that throughout some of the counties, which are big ticket items. But this year it seems that it'll be split pretty much by population.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter where they come from when you have a situation, they just come, right?
That's right. So even if this year Rensselaer County got 50,000 of the 171, they still respond to us. So it's it works great. And you know what? If it's not broken, we don't want to fix it.
No, I agree. Very good.
Thank you, Sheriff. Are there any other questions?
No.
Okay.
Motion.
Motion's made. May I have a second?
Second.
Motion's made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Counselor?
Item 9 is authorizing the submission of a grant application to the United States Department of Justice Bureau of Justice Assistance regarding reimbursement for the incarceration of criminal aliens.
So, Mr. Chairman, this is one of those federal arrangements where we never really know what we're going to get. We always assume we're going to get around 25,000. Some years they'll shock us and throw 50, could be 48 and change, whatever. This is for the State Criminal Alien Assistance Program, which basically is if we're holding undocumented aliens that have been, and the county has been affected by us holding them. So essentially it's costing the county money. They reimburse us.
The Sheriff, they reimbursed us for the last, was it last year? When you had a big influx of aliens or?
So that was a little different, Mr. Chairman. So that was the immigration, the ICE arrangement that I took 300 immigrants in. This is a little different. This would be if Colony, for example, arrested somebody that was undocumented and we held them until ICE decided what to do with them or whatever the case may be. The days that we have them, we get reimbursed for that housing through the State Criminal Assistance Alien Assistance Program. This is a state program.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Sheriff. Are there any questions of the Sheriff? If not, may I have a motion?
Make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Counselor?
Item 10 is authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Canal Corporation regarding reimbursement for marine patrol services.
So, Mr. Chairman, again, this is for $8,000. There's actually a match to it. I have filed for it in the last couple of years and haven't really had an opportunity to use it. And honestly, I don't know if I'll use it this year. It's to protect the waterways, the Mohawk and the Hudson. I don't, if there's an issue on the river, we may send the guys out and this money goes to pay towards the overtime and the patrols.
Any questions of the Sheriff? If there aren't any, may I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Motion, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Counselor?
Item 11 is adopting the revised Albany County Fire and Mutual Aid Plan.
So, Mr. Chairman, by law, we need to adopt this mutual aid plan, although this plan is somewhat incomplete, but I want to be in compliance. We have asked the state to approve 2 sections of this. They've just for some reason haven't approved it yet. I imagine it's COVID related. And but by law, we need to approve this mutual aid plan. So I would ask that we approve the plan in its current in its current form, and that when the state finally gets around to approving the other 2 portions, I will come back to you and amend our plan.
Thank you, Sheriff. Yes, Sean?
First of all, I want to commend you. This is a very good plan, even if you think it's incomplete. I read through the whole thing, but has there been any substantial changes? I didn't see any, but
there really is.
There was some.
There really wasn't much, Sean. We had the arson control plan that we're looking at, the fire prevention control, and the hazmat plan. So those are the biggest changes, and they have not been sent back to us from the state, but by law, it needs to be adopted, and I really would like to be in compliance. And then this will help me further my case with the state to, hey, let's approve the plan.
Yeah. So those 3 items, probably the 3 biggest.
If they don't feel it's in compliance, I'm good with it. But let us do something. At least do something. Tell us yes or no.
No, I think our fire service is pretty well organized, but and the plan looks good.
Our county fire coordinator, Jerry Paris, he works tirelessly at this. He's a 40-hour employee, probably puts 80 in every week.
Yep.
He makes himself sick. He works so hard. So I will put our fire coordinator's office against anybody in the state. And for the state not to approve this in a timely manner, I think is somewhat negligible.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sheriff. Any other questions of the sheriff?
Motion to move it.
Second.
Pat, did you have your name up? Go ahead. Pat, did you have name up?
No, I was going to second it, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Any other questions of the sheriff? If there aren't any, may we have a motion, please?
Aye.
Make a motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Motion made in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
All right.
Uh,
Item 12
ahead.
is amending the 2022 Sheriff's Office budget for personnel changes.
So this is pretty simple change. I'd like to take a full-time position, turn it into a part-time position. I would be eliminating a court attendant at $37,933 and adding a policy analyst for 20 hours at $37,000. Reason being, the state is pushing mandates down on corrections and law enforcement like there's no tomorrow. And although we want to be in compliance, some of the orders and laws and mandates that the state is pushing down are almost impossible to meet. So we're trying to get somebody on top of them to make sure that we're constantly in compliance. The latest being the HALT Act, which even the State Commission of Corrections, as I sit here and speak to you, they're not even trained on what to look for or what to expect. They didn't send the training out to the sheriff's offices in the state until a few weeks ago. They've had 2 years to work on this. I need now to get 400 people trained and certified, or we're not in compliance. And this is something that I've gone around and around with the second floor up the street and with the Commission of Corrections. So I'd like to do this, get this part-time position to constantly monitor all of these mandates and, shall I say, ridiculous mandates that are coming down regarding corrections and law enforcement.
Thank you, Sheriff. Any questions of the sheriff?
Bill, I have a question.
Yes.
Sheriff, this is Gary. That position that's being eliminated, is that a reimbursable position by the state?
No, they don't refund those anymore.
They don't. Okay, thank you.
They've actually cut me back, Gary. We used to be a little over 2 million, but again, it's one of those situations when things are really good, no one's really paying too much attention to it. When things started to go bad during COVID, they eliminated a lot of our reimbursable positions other than just the law enforcement positions and maybe 1 or 2 scanner people.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you,
Gary.
Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sheriff, the whole program and some of the other mandates that you're speaking of, am I right to assume that the state's funding some of those programs for you?
Yeah, no. Listen, some of these things are just unrealistic to be honest with you.
Yep.
I mean, even the whole program, again, what they want us to do, it just can't be done. So we're trying to work with them. We've had a couple of conference calls, but again, the training, they were supposed to provide us with training, behavioral training. And just so you know what the HALT Act is, basically, it's telling us that we can't put anybody in segregation or no more special housing for X amount of days. And happens to be an inmate or something or an officer, they need to get 6 hours a day of behavioral counseling as to why that was not a good thing to do. So we're correctional officers. They're not behavioral specialists. And the idea of training our staff was to send PowerPoint and they're going to get trained on that. So they've had 2 years again to work on this. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And again, this is something that's coming out of downstate, pushed up here, and it's unrealistic. It's unattainable. But again, I don't want to be out of compliance because God forbid something happens. So I really would like to get this petition approved and have them work on meeting all of these goals.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, Pat. Anyone else have any questions of the sheriff?
Yes, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Thank you for being here, Sheriff. Why is the new position a part-time and not a full-time like the one you are eliminating?
Well, basically what I'm looking to do is I have a person that has been working on this. He has since left me. I would like to bring him back part-time since he's familiar with what we're working on.
No, I mean, why part-time and not full-time?
Because to get somebody qualified to hand the court attendant position, Mr. Legislator, is a low-level position. The policy analyst position is somebody that's going to have some skill. If I was to do this full-time, I'd probably have to pay them $75,000. So I'm looking to try to do it part-time. If I need to up it, I can do it through the budget process at the end of the year.
Thank you.
Any other questions of the sheriff?
I make a motion. I'll second it.
Motion. Motion is made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion is carried. I guess that concludes our business. Is that right, Counselor?
That is right. There are no further items.
I thank you, Sheriff, and thank you all the members of the committee for your attendance. And the Sheriff, one other thing before we close out.
Yes, sir.
Keep a sale out there for Gil, will you please?
Hey, and just a quick FYI, I'd love if anybody's interested in taking a tour of the new 911 center at some point. They're making some really good headway out there. There's been a lot of progress. I'd love this. Anybody at any time wants to stop out and see it, I'd love to show you.
Okay. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you.
Sheriff, how we're doing in the city of Albany? Are we still very active out on the street?
Yeah, unfortunately, sir, we're very active in there. Guys are still and girls are still making arrests on a daily basis. We've tried to scale it back a little bit only because it's very expensive and Albany seems to have a lot of controls out. But I have no intention of leaving the city at all. I've kind of worked it into where I figure we're a permanent fixture there.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, that closes our business. May I have a motion that we close out?
Make a motion.
Motion, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.